Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. 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 Jaya Jaya Ram. Jaya Jaya Ram. Om Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedhase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha. Om Shri Ramachandraya Namaha. Atulita Baladhamam Hemashailaabhadeham Danujavana Krishanum Jnaninamagraganyam Sakalagunanidhanam Vanaranamadhisham Raghupati Priyabhaktam Vatajatan Namami. Raghupati Priyabhaktam Vatajatan Namami. Om Shri Hanumate Namaha. Om Dhyayami Chinmayanandam Gurudevam Mahamatim Prema Purnam Kriyashilam Sada Lokahite Ratam Kripalum Sundarakaram Samartham Satyadarshinam Vacha Tattva Prakashinya Shoka Moha Vinashinam. Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Om Namah Shri Tulsi Dasa Sadvarishtaya Dhimate Puritam Hridayam Yena Rama Premamrite Name. Om Shri Tulsi Dasaya Namaha. Shri Ram, Shri Ram. Hari Om, a very warm welcome to the third canto Aranyakand, which we are beginning today. While invoking Bhagavan Shri Ramchandra Ji's grace and blessings on all of us, I would like to make a point. This canto, Aranyakand, is amazing in its content. We will find tremendous amount of learning in this, lot of teaching, and we have to be available to grab the lessons and see how much can we implement them after proper reasoning, reflecting and contemplating upon that. The canto, unlike the previous two, which had more than 300 chaupais, has only 46 chaupais in this. But at the same time, the content is so deep. Therefore, please be available physically, emotionally, intellectually, devotionally and spiritually. Alright, this is one, I may say, a kind of tips or advice, whichever you may consider. In Balakanda, we saw Avatara Hetu. What is Avatara Hetu? The reason, the logic, the purpose behind Bhagavan Sri Ramchandraji's Avatara. And we also saw how Bhagavan, along with his three more brothers, went through the Gurukulam and gained all the education appropriately in all spheres, in all branches of knowledge. And then we also saw how Bhagavan Ramchandraji went along with Vishwamitraji, broke the Shivadanush and got, all the four of them were, called together, and then the marriage took place. With that, Balakanda got completed. Then we saw in the second canto, Ayodhya Kanda, where Dasharatji wanted to make Bhagavan Sri Ramchandraji as the Ayodhyapati. He wanted to coronate him. But the celestial beings, gods, they did not want that to happen, and they were bringing some obstacle. There was obstacles. Incidentally, we also saw how Bhagavan Sri Ramchandraji himself did not want to get coronated. Why? The purpose of his avatara is Ravanavadha. That was the main purpose. Therefore, he had a vision when he came down to this earth as a human being, and he had already set his mission towards Lanka. This we saw, and he left for the Vanavas given to him for 14 years, and we also saw how in Chitrakoot, Bharatji came to meet Ramchandraji and take him back and again give him the throne as the Raja of Ayodhya. He, as though, was unsuccessful in taking Ramchandraji back, but in a manner of saying he was partially successful, because intentions matter many times. The love for Ramchandraji, the intention to make Ramchandraji alone as the king of Ayodhya, the surrender at his feet, the love and devotion towards Bhagavan was so deep that Bhagavan could not, resist from giving an option, and he gave his Charana Padukas, which Bharatji brought. So, in a manner of saying, he was successful only in bringing Bhagavan's Charana Padukas to Ayodhya and installing them in the throne of Ayodhya. As a Sevaka, a very, very humble servant, not even living in the palace, he lived a few miles away in Nandigram, not in the same plane, but he dug the ground itself to be lower than where Ramchandraji functions, and there with some kushagras he lived there and took care of Ayodhya perfectly, appropriately, in all its precision. He took care of Ayodhya. But at the same time, he made sure he got the assurance from Ramchandraji, he got the promise from Ramchandraji that he will come back after 14 years and rule the kingdom. That assurance he got, it was as good as installing Ramchandraji, and therefore he was partially successful. Tulsidas ji had written, we saw how those who listen to the Bharata Charitra with love, dedication, devotion, commitment, conviction, such people will be completely devoid of all passions, meaning they will develop lot of dispassion towards the things and beings of the world. At the same time, a great sense of love, devotion, conviction, commitment and surrender at the feet of Bhagavan Sri Ramchandra ji. With that, the second canto Ayodhya Kanda completed. Now we enter the third Kanda, most beautiful Kanda, Aranyakand. Siyavar Ramachandra ki jai. In the beginning, during the introduction of the entire Ramayan, we saw that the 7 cantos of Ramayan is connected to 7 cities. Mokshada Nagari, it is said. The 7 cities that can give us moksha. And then Balakanda we saw, that was Ayodhya Nagari, Mokshada Nagari. Second canto, Ayodhya Kanda, was related to Mathura. And now Aranyakanda is related to Maya. Maya means actually Haridwar. That is called as Maya Nagari. But Maya Nagari has got lot of other connotations also. It also represents love, Karuna, and all such values are also attached to Maya, to the word Maya. Maya also means delusion, illusion. All these are also attached. But it also has the positive aspects of love and Karuna, Rasa, Prema Rasa, Karuna Rasa. All these we can see in Aranyakanda. Then we have Kishkinda Kanda, where Kashi is attached to. Then we have Sundara Kanda, where Kanchi is attached to. Then we have Lanka Kanda, where Avantika is attached to. And then the Uttara Kanda, where Dwaraka is attached. In Aranyakanda, we find lot of beautiful incidences, instances to this effect of seeing so many beautiful rasa. Navarasas we have. Among them, beautiful rasas we'll find in Aranyakanda as we proceed. Aranya means forest, jungle. And incidentally, jungle is such a place which is actually sought after. Swamiji, don't we say people, if you keep doing like this, I will run away to forest, I'll go to Kadu. We say in South India, we say Kadu for forest. See, Brahmachari, then you have Grihastha, and then third one is what? Vanaprastha. Vanaprastha are people who want to recluse themselves. They want to go away. They have completed this life as far as Brahmachari and Grihastha ashramas are concerned. Once that is over, now they want to take Sharanam in Aranyam. For what? For spiritual practices. Those seekers who say, okay, this is enough. Now it is time for me to take to the higher step. The purpose of retirement is also actually for that. But people become more busy after retirement because babysitting at home. Sons and daughters, when they beget children, the only person who take care of them is the grandparents. That is why, children also love grandparents more, because they spend more time with the grandparents than the parents. Parents go away morning to evening, they are in their karma kshetra. But actually the purpose of retirement is not to, continue babysitting. There is nothing wrong in playing with the children. It's a beautiful time. It's a wonderful experience. But that is not the purpose of retirement. The purpose of retirement is to seclude themselves. It doesn't mean that you have to go to forest. Forest is also a symbolic expression there. Where you go and spend your time thinking about Bhagavan. There is a purpose. So, Aranyam, Sharanyam, it is a place where spiritual seekers take recourse to. Rana means battle. Rana means battle. We say Rananiti, the discipline in the war, the battlefield. Aranyam means where there is no battle. Of course, in Aranyakanda you find battles. A lot of battles are there. We will find. But what is the etymological meaning? Rana means battle. Aranyam is no battle. Idea here is when you take recourse to Aranyam in the Vanaprastha ashrama, there the ego should not function and therefore there should not be battle. Battle is nothing but a clash between two egos. Now we see, in this Kali Yuga we see how much of battles, wars are fought between what? Egos only. Poor people, innocent people are killed to establish the top order's ego. Is it not? Think. Be it Russia, Ukraine, be it in the Middle East. We also had a war between Bharata and Pakistan. Very, very perfect war. Where egos did not clash, but very perfectly it was indicated. If you wag your tail, we will cut the tail. That kind of war is accepted. But otherwise we see two top brass of two countries, they fight to satisfy their ego, their prestige, their image. That is not what it is talked about. Here Aranyam is no battle. When we say there is no battle because there is nobody in the forest. And animals won't do anything. Animals only when you trouble them, they trouble. Otherwise they don't trouble at all. They are on their own path. They have their own agenda. You can peacefully be there. Even in the cities also, only if you go and trouble some animals or creatures, they fight back. Otherwise, they keep going on their own. You can keep going on your own. Isn't it? There is no problem there. Battle more is within ourselves. What is that battle? The battle of attachment. The battle of pleasure. The battle of enjoyment. The battle of egos. We have to fight that battle, but not with anybody else, but with our own self. To fight that battle, we require quietude and we require contemplation, reflection and knowledge. And all of these you will find in this kanda. Beautiful kanda. Wonderful Aranyakand, and it is also called Dandakaranyam, the Aranya Jivana of Ramchandraji. Dandakaranyam also it is called. Okay, and in Aranya there is no path. You have to find your own way. There is no roads. So today all the national highways and things are there, but those are all one aspect of it. But actual Aranya, actual forest, there is no path. You have to just go. There are no signboards in the original Aranyam as such, isn't it? And now you have to go through. There are a lot of confusing situations, deluding situations, confusing situations because you don't have a path to go. One, from the physical standpoint, but again from the inner spiritual standpoint, you will not have any guide there. You will be all alone. And it will be so deluding to go back. Oh, I think I can't do, I think I'll go back. It is not, this is not my cup of tea. And then people run away. Then they don't get the ultimate experience, isn't it? You have to be alone. You have to fight your own war against your own ego. And that is amazing. And it gives fantastic experiences. Adbhutam. Now, we will see more of it on our way. Now we will take up the Mangala Shlokas. There are 3 Mangala Shlokas. 2 Shlokas and 1 Sortha. We will see. The first one. Moolam dharmataror viveka jaladhe purnendumanandadam vairagyambuja bhaskaram hyagaganadvantapaham mohambodara puga patana vidhau swasambhavam shankaram vande brahmakulam kalankashamanam Shri Rama Bhupa Priyam. Beautiful sloka. Vande, I salute, I revere, I surrender, I offer my pranams. To whom? Shankaram. So the first sloka is directed towards Bhagavan Shankara, Bhagavan Shiva. Shankaram Vande. Earlier also in the Mangala Shloka, Vande Bodhabhayam Nityam Gurum Shankara Rupinam. We saw Vande Bodhamayam Nityam Shivam Shankara Rupinam or Gurum Shankara Rupinam. Now, here Vande Shankaram. And who is Shankara? Why should I prostrate to him? Again, those questions. If we ask, the Lakshanas, the Vishesha Lakshanas of Shiva is being given here. Moolam Dharmataror Viveka Jaladhehe Purnendum Anandadam. Very, very, very beautiful. Moolam, the very source, the very cause, the very root of what? Dharmatara, Dharmataru. Dharmataru means what? The tree of righteousness. From the seed, from the root of righteousness, all dharma is being established. And Bhagavan Shivaji, he rides Nandi. Nandi also symbolizes dharma. He rides on dharma. Even we had also spoken about Padukas. There we said, the Guru is established on knowledge. Isn't it? Similarly, Shiva is established on dharma. And Nandi also represents dharma. And where does he move? Towards the ocean of Viveka. Viveka Jaladhehe. In the ocean of Viveka, Purnendum Anandadam. Purna Indu means moon, a full moon. Even when we are riding, when we are driving, in the evening, late evening when we are driving, we see a lot of street lights, everything. We see beautiful roads, if at all it is beautiful. And suddenly you see, there's so beautiful lights and the streets are very good, buildings are very good, very, very well established city, let us say, when we drive. But suddenly you find the moon, a very full moon. Moon is also light. The streets also give light. But even though all are light, we enjoy the moon, watching the moon. And if we are in a different place where there are no street lights, etc., we are going into a village or in a national highway, etc., where street lights may not be there, isn't it? So beautiful. And some people, I am also part of it. We park and then get out of the vehicle. While driving or riding, you have to be conscious. And you can't enjoy. So you park and then get down. If you are going in a group or a family, all of you get down and enjoy. And some people, they have got that habit of taking pictures, taking selfies, and making all sorts of poses and things like that. But at the same time, they enjoy the moon, the Purna Indu. Anandadam, that which gives Ananda. Ananda Pradam. Okay? And what kind of Viveka? Nitya Anitya, Atma Anatma, Dharma Adharma, Vivekaha. It is nothing but the Viveka of discrimination between all the false and the real. Vairagyambuja Bhaskaram. Bhaskaram, Surya Devata. And Surya Devata's Karuna is what? Blessings is what? Vairagyam. Surya Devata is light. In the light of the blessings of Surya Devata, what happens is Vairagyam, dispassion. Now, dispassion, we have talked about it earlier also, is not running away from the things and beings, but understanding the ephemeral nature of all the whims and fancies and not depending on them for our inner peace. That is Vairagyam. When we say Vairagyam, then suddenly don't think, oh, Vairagyam means we should not drink coffee, we should not sleep on a cot. We should sleep on the floor only. We are not wearing this one. Then Kavi Vastra, Kashaya Vastra, and then not worrying. Don't think of anything. No attachment. Those are all aversions. That is not what is dispassion meant for. Dispassion is not wanting. No demands. No dependency. If something is there, good. If something is not there, very good. At the same time, let us suppose you, Param Pujya Gurudev Swami Chinmananji, he would ask for very strong coffee. And foolish people will come and, oh, he has got attachment towards coffee. Part sannyasa. Like that people would talk, foolish people. So here when it is said Vairagya Ambuja Bhaskaram, Vairagya Ambuja, in that particular ocean of Vairagya, because of the light of Surya, the lotuses open up. That's what it means. Vairagyam. He Agagana. He means indeed. Agha means sin. Papa. Agagana, the real bundle of all sins, papa, etc. Dvantapaham tapaham. In that particular knowledge through the Surya Devata, the light of knowledge, all the cluster of clouds. What are the clouds here? All ignorance, arrogance, all those darkness gets dispelled by the light of Vairagyam. And there is only beautiful experience of joy. It eradicates darkness and the light is given. And in that light what happens? 3 types of tapaham. Tapaham meaning what? Tapa. Pain, suffering. And we have already studied 3 types of tapa. What are the 3 types? Adi Daivika, Adi Bhautika, Adhyatmika Tapa. All of them get repelled, all of them get removed. And in that clearance of darkness, what remains is the light. And Bhagavan Shivaji represents this light. Light of knowledge, light of dharma, light of viveka, light of vairagya, light of shanti, light of ananda. Shiva represents all of them. He agagana dvantapaham, or in that mass of sin, the darkness which is ignorance, attachment, etc., all of them get removed. Mohambhodhara puga patana vidhau swasambhavam shankaram. Swasambhavam. Swaha represents Akasha. Sambhavam, that which has come out of Swa, that is Vayu, which has come out of Akasha. Akashad Vayuhu, Vayoragnihi, Agnerapah, Adbhyaf Prithvi, Prithivyam Oshadhaya. Like that, Taittiriya Upanishad explains. Akashat Vayuhu, Swasambhavam, Vayu Devata scatters all the delusions, ignorance, and all the infatuation, lust, etc., gets completely scattered by what? By this Surya Kirana. And the scattering is what? It gets completely removed. It cuts asunder and everything is thrown away. Vande Brahmakulam. Vande Tam Shankaram. Who is Shankara? Brahmakulam. The one who is of the nature of Brahma, which is Veda Swarupam. And Brahmakulam Shankaram Kalanka Shamanam. The one who removes Kalanka. The one who clears, wipes off all kalanka, defamation, wrong name, etc. All of them gets completely removed. And Sri Rama Bhupa Priyam. And what? Sri Rama Bhupa Priyam. He is the one who loves Sri Ramchandraji. Who? Shivaji. Shivaji is a devotee of Ramchandraji, and so wonderful, Ramchandraji is a devotee of Shivaji. Now see, earlier also in detail we have spoken, there is nothing called Shaivites are great, Vaishnavites are great, you are Vaishnavite, we are Shaivites. Nothing like that. Each of them love each other, each of them are devotee of each other. Who are we to break them? Isn't it? Sri Rama Bhupa Priyam. What a beautiful shloka, isn't it? Continuing in the second shloka. Sandrananda Payodasau Bhagatanum Pitambaram Sundaram Panau Banasharasanam Katila Sattu Nirabharam Varam Rajivayatalocanam Dhritajata Jutena Sanshobhitam Sita Lakshmana Sanyutam Pathigatam Ramabhiramam Bhaje. Another very beautiful shloka. It says, Ramabhiramam Bhaje. I worship Bhagavan Shri Ramchandraji, Abhiramam, who is a very delighter of everybody, of all, and who is now seen Sita Lakshmana Sanyutam Pathigatam, who is now taking this journey along with Sita ji and Lakshman ji. And Sandrananda Payodasau Bhagatanum. Tanum means body. The one who has got such a beautiful, gracious body. and who is an embodiment of joy, Ananda. Pitambaram, the one who is wearing a Pita Ambara. Now there are two meanings to it. Pitambaram also means the one who is wearing yellow cloth, silk cloth. But here Pitambaram means who is wearing a charming yellow bark. Something which probably reveals a color of yellow. Pitambaram. Sundaram, most beautiful. Most beautiful. Panovana Sharasanam. And in his hands he carries Bana Sharasanam. He carries a bow and arrow. Katila Sattunira Bharam Varam. And who has a very beautiful, a very shining, a very well equipped quiver. Bow, arrow and quiver with lot of very powerful arrows. Rajivayatalocanam, one who has a pair of large lotus eyes, and Dhritajata Jhutena Samshobhitam, the one who is adorned with a beautiful matted lock on his head, which is so very charming. Sita Lakshmana Sanyutam, along with Sita ji and Lakshmanji, Patigatam, who is walking, taking this journey, Tam Rama Abhiramam Bhaje. Bhaje. Praise. Sing the glory of Rama Abhiramam. Another is, I sing, I praise, I surrender at his feet. Now comes another small shloka. Sorta. Umarama Gunagudha Pandita Muni Pavahi Birati Pavahi Moha Bimodha Jai Hari Bimukana Dharmarati. Uma, hey Uma, Parvati. Shivaji is talking to Parvati ji now. Uma, Rama Guna Gudha. Bhagavan Shri Ramchandra ji's guna, virtues are gudha, very deep, very mysterious. Pandita Muni Pavahi Birati. Panditas, great scholars. Muni, sages, and all well-learned people, they develop dispassion to the world to know the truth, who is Bhagavan. Pavahi mohi vimodha. Those people, vimodhas, visheshena mudha. Meaning what? Foolish people. Those people, they only get deluded. And they are against. They develop an aversion towards Sri Hari. They are hostile to Sri Hari. And have a love or devotion for what? For all the petty things. Na dharmarati. They don't follow the path of dharma. And therefore, they only suffer. If you want to become happy, if you want to enjoy your beautiful life, then the best way is surrender yourself at the feet of Bhagavan Shri Ramchandra ji. Tam aham vande. I surrender. I offer my prostrations at the feet. Thus comes to a conclusion of the Mangala Shlokas, and we will start the Chaupais from tomorrow. Alright. सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय, श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय।